Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Caden, this is Stephanie, and this is Real Talk Real Estate, and I'm struggling to get through this intro.
In today's episode, we had a mic malfunction, so we were very generously given these mics to use from our friends over at Rogers. We're not used to having to hold something.
I don't know how to hold this thing. I'm like,
How do you casually and cool, like in a cool style, hold it? Yeah, aside going from like to like this and like, you know.
yeah, it's a struggle. Pretend you didn't
Anyways.
see that.
We'll cut that out. Maybe I'll think about it. I'll watch it after and decide.
Yeah, so today we are coming at you very numbers heavy. So sit down, buckle up, and enjoy the ride.
Grab a notebook and some popcorn and
Popcorn.
jalapeno cheddar popcorn.
Yum. Yeah, no, but we are breaking down not just the Red Deer market in a whole over the last 3 years, but providing a 3-year outlook of all the different property types within that Red Deer market.
So condos.
Detached homes, condos, semi-detached townhomes. Because again, you can really throw a big blanket that the market's doing this, it's only doing this. And looking at it just with one singular number for the whole
As a
market,
whole.
it's hard because some of those property types are really outperforming others. Meanwhile, others are just kind of floating straight across. So
Yeah. So this will give us a better breakdown, like Caden said, of property types individually. So if you are a homeowner of one of these property types, or you're thinking about buying one of these property types, then you have a better idea of how they either appreciate, depreciate, or remain the same.
yeah, like if you've bought within the last 3 years, this maybe you don't know how much equity you have gained. And in some of these different types, it's pretty mind-boggling how high they've gone even over the last 3 years. And same with if you've been looking to buy, maybe you've been waiting to see what the market does. You might see over the last 3 years how much it's just continued to go up.
Yeah.
I think some of them have risen like 18% over the last 3 years, which is
Pretty good.
high. Yeah,
It is pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. So we'll jump right in. We have all of our information on my beautiful laptop. I got a new case. Okay, so
Yeah, take it off.
me or you?
You knock it
Okay.
out of the park.
Do you want me to do average sale price? I normally say the price is all weird though. so
Okay,
it's
I will
fine.
do average sale price.
Maybe it's
This
dyslexia.
this at first is for all of Red Deer, and then we're going to break it down into the property types. So average sale price, 2023, $340,000, 2024, $371,000, and just last year cracked $400,000. Sat right at 405. So
Yep.
there's that perfect number I just referenced. 18.9% increase
In
in
just 2
2
years.
That's huge. You went from 340 to 405.
Yeah,
That's $65,000 just
right
just
there.
like that. And the median sale price as well went from 328 to 390. So again, that's $60,000 that has been reflected twice across two different statistics.
Which that's the entire market moving upward. That's not just homes that have gotten upgrades or you
Yes.
know more luxury ended homes. That's everything as a whole that has appreciated in value within the last 2 years, which crazy. That's a big jump. 18.9% is that's quite a bit. So total sales. Sorry, I'm trying to read this. I can't. Okay, so total sales bar. What years are these though? So
I love that our notes, they say total sales and then bar in parentheses because we're having a bar graph that you guys are going to look at right here. And that just flowed so perfectly. Sorry, I'm not picking on you.
these are Caden's notes that I'm trying to break down.
Yeah, she's not even at breaking down the market yet. She's got to get through my notes first.
So in 2023, the total sales were 1,840. And in 2024, it was 1,820. 2025, 1,800. Went down 20
20
houses.
every year.
Every
yeah.
year.
Which So, yeah, I mean, it's dropping. You can say it's declining, but sales prices aren't. They're continuing to go up, up.
Yeah. Yeah. So sales are slightly declining, but demand isn't exploding beyond its means.
Yeah. Yeah. And so overall, when you compare that to the new listings as well, we have a 76% sales to new listing ratio in 2025. And so anything above a 60% sales to new listing ratio is what they say it's a seller's market. And basically what that number is saying that, so what did I say? 76%. So if 100 homes got listed, 76 of them have sold. That's kind of the breakdown of that number, which is, yeah, so anything above 60 homes out of 100 selling puts you in a seller's market. So that's still a pretty favorable number, again, overall, looking at the market.
Yeah. Months of inventory. So in
2023.
In 2023, we were sitting at 2.5. 2024, 2.3. And then 2025.
Yeah.
I need, like, proper...
See, some lines I put the dates, other lines I didn't put the dates.
Anyways, 2025, we were looking at 2.23 months of inventory. So kind of how that works, under 3 months of inventory means supply is a little bit dwindling. It's a little bit tight. Red Deer hasn't really left those tight conditions as of yet, but...
Yeah. Still that seller's market.
Yeah.
Like that under 3 months of inventory lean seller market, just like that sales to new listing ratio. Those kind of coincide with each other. And when it comes to average days on market, they went from 44 to 35 to 33 last year. So again, homes are selling quicker. The number on that is 25% faster than they were in 2023. That's some pretty steady growth as well for how quicker the market's moving.
Yeah.
But sales haven't increased. But that buyer activity has just started to pick up as every year goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. So now kind of breaking into different home styles now that we've gone over the basis of things. For detached homes, average pricing in 2023 was at $410,000. 2024, $449,000. 2025, $485,000. So that's roughly about an 18% increase for detached homes over the last 2 years, which is crazy.
That's huge. Yeah, detached homes have really just continued to go and go and go. And the median price went from $380,000 all the way up to $450,000 basically.
Yeah.
So those detached homes, they just have been continuing to appreciate year by year by year.
Yeah.
And we're kind of seeing the same thing. I know we're only 2 months into 2026, but we're still kind of seeing that same growth already these first 2 months.
Yeah.
Total sales for detached homes were 1127 in 2023, 1111, look at that, make a wish, in 2024, and 1108 in 2025. So again, those are all on par. I mean, there's really no up or down there. It's kind of just straight across. What's that biggest difference? That's 18 homes, I think, from 2023 to 2025. So.
Yeah. So it is extremely stable.
Yeah.
Which is good. So for days on market, it went from 42 to 36, then to 35. So again, detached homes are selling faster, but not at panic level buying.
Yeah.
It's just slow and steady, nice
consistent.
and easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Very consistent.
You know what you're getting. It's like when you go to a restaurant that you've been going to for like the last 10 years. You walk in, you don't need a menu. You know, like I'm going to Earl's and I am getting chili chicken and wontons on rice. That's what it's going to be.
I get it with noodles.
Yeah, I know. I think we were talking about that.
It's so
but
good.
Consistency, that you know what you're getting. That's a detached home. When you look at the sales to new listing ratio for detached homes, 2025, 73%. So again, that's right in that seller's market range. Not too crazy, but it's still hovering in there.
Yeah.
Homes are coming on, homes are selling. That's kind of the gist of it there.
Okay, so kind of a little bit of a summary for detached homes. It's steady. It's not explosive. It's not volatile. It's appreciating consistently under right and tight supply conditions.
Yeah.
But it is a stable anchor in the market for sure.
Yeah, that's kind of what's holding us down for the most part.
Homes.
Yeah.
Okay. Caden, if you would care to take it away.
I love it. What do we got? Okay, we are going into semi-detached homes, so duplexes. That's what we're looking at here, where prices have gone from $297,000 all the way up to $346,000. So that's 16.5% growth from 2023 to 2025, where the median price is sitting from $293,000 all the way up to $337,000. So that growth is still there in these semi-detached homes as well, which you'll see when we get to townhomes too. But semi-detached and townhomes really became that new, not that it was never an entry point for buyers, but as you've seen, as these detached homes have gone up to $460,000 average price, that's pretty unrealistic for most first-time buyers. And that's where you're going to see where a bunch of this new activity came in for these duplexes and townhomes, et cetera, as we kind of go through them.
So for, what is that?
Oh, it just took a word away from you. Semi-detached. We're not selling semi-trucks.
I'm like, Okay, so for semi-detached sales, in 2023, 188, 2024, 177, and in 2025, 186. Again, very stable.
Yeah, very across the board and cut and clear. You kind of know what you're getting there. Days on market for semi-detached went from 36 down to, I don't know why I was going to say 2024. I was thinking years. 36 down to 24 average days on market, which is pretty aggressive of a dip. I mean, 12 days on paper doesn't look like much, but when you consider that being half a month basically that homes are selling quicker, it definitely represents a big shift in
demand for them.
Demand. Yeah.
So for our sales to new listing ratio, it is 79%.
Yeah, so that's climbing a little bit higher. More detached homes are
competitive.
Which again, you get more buyers going that route because of the competitive price. Yeah, as an entry level.
Yeah, first time home buyer, downsizers even. That's just, they're easier to get into.
Yeah.
Okay, so our little summary, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Okay, so detached prices climbed. Affordability pressure pushed buyers into semi-detached. Kind of exactly what we've been saying. And that increased competition, which shortened the selling time, as you saw that 12 days on market.
Dropped almost a month.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and now we are going to jump into townhomes.
Townhomes.
This is a bit of an aggressive one. This is kind of the
standout.
The headliner. Yeah.
Okay, we're excited for this one. Caden, if you will.
Yeah, I can. Okay. I'll start off by saying 2023 to 2025, prices jumped almost 25%. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
From $222,000 all the way up to $276,000.
That is crazy.
And yeah.
That is crazy.
That's
resale value on that. That's nuts.
I know, right? And again, a big chunk of that was townhomes were one of the hottest markets for seeing multiple offers. Because again, first-time home buyer, okay, well, they can't get into that $450,000 detached home. The semi-detached they're there. The options are not as much there as there for townhomes, etc.
Yeah.
But, okay, you get a townhome come on for $200,000. Well, the person that's pre-approved for $300,000 that can't get that detached home, they have the power now to come into that townhome, and that's where you saw some of those townhomes were selling for $40,000, $50,000 over asking price. I was in a few of those battles, and I couldn't believe it.
I know. It was crazy.
There'd be a line out the door of realtors lined up to show those places. And you show up, and it's like, okay, well, now we're seventh in line. Like, so we got 7 offers in front of us now. Like,
it's crazy.
You're going through the place, and no one's trying to show any emotion because you don't want to tip off that
you're going to write or that you're interested.
Everyone's just tight-lipped and like, trying to deflect from things.
Nice. So townhome sales, they've gone from 296 to 259. So it is a slight decline in volume, but the price did rise quite aggressively. I mean, as we can see, a 25% increase.
Yeah.
They are appreciating in value for sure.
And here's where you can see just how massive the inventory was scooped up for townhomes. The months of inventory in 2024 hit 1.1.
Wow.
That's insane. 1 month, and then if there was no new listings, there'd be no more townhomes to sell.
That is crazy.
That is such an insane seller's market.
That is.
Right there.
That's insane demand.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very crazy. So, I mean, kind of going off of that, sales to new listing ratio, 85% in 2025. That is a very intense demand relative to the supply.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nuts. Okay, so townhome summary. Townhomes, they absorbed most of the affordability pressure. They became highly competitive within the last few years.
Yep.
And if you're looking at the strongest appreciation segment out of all of these homes that we're listing off, it is townhomes right now. It is absolutely townhomes.
If you bought a townhome in 2023, you could be sitting on that's the thing. Maybe you bought in as that is your first home, but I think the biggest mindset to think there is your first one is not going to be your perfect forever home. But say you bought that townhome in 2023 for $220,000.
Yeah.
The equity that you've gained, say $50,000 now in 2.5 whatever years, that can help you take your next step into that detached home now.
Absolutely.
And kind of same across the board. I mean, the semi-detached, everything like that's a stepping stone into that detached property.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, no, but I don't know where my tangent was going there. It kind of stopped as I hit a wall. So we're going to move on to condos now.
Okay, so condos average price, they went from $185,000 up to $218,000, so a 17.8% increase.
Yeah, and I think that's still a healthy market there. I know condos for a bit, they kind of took a dip, and they were trading low. They were not the most wanted and appreciated, but it's good recovery. They're now trending up again and following the market, and that's good to see. I mean, they're usually one of the slower appreciators that you're not going to see drastic price increase or return on investment, but it definitely can be there.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
For sure. So condo sales in 2023 were 224. In 2024, it was 256, and in 2025, 241. So sales, they improved, but plateaued a little bit.
There's nothing crazy. It was, they went up, but there was no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went up and then went steady.
Yeah, and your months of inventory went from 2.77 to just over 3. So, I mean, under 3 is a seller's market. This was one of the more balanced property type markets.
Yeah, slightly more balanced. Yeah. Days on market went from 55 average days on market to 35. That is a big improvement.
Exactly. Big recovery there again as buyers started to trend more toward these condos.
Toward the condos and... Yeah, so summary for our condos. Like we said, they are improving, but they do remain the most balanced segment. Like Caden said, they didn't skyrocket up. They didn't, take a huge plateau or dip down. They're kind of just flowing with the market at a steady pace. More breathing room for buyers compared to the townhomes or semi-detached homes for sure.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, and so when you look at the market as a whole, we just gave you a whole bunch of numbers. If you look at the total sales results out of that, detached homes accounted for 61% of total sales in the market, which, again, that's the anchor here. That's really the true driver. Semi-detached, 10% of the market, townhomes 14%, and condo 13%. So those three kind of band together, and then the detached homes are just...
taking the cake.
Exactly,
What does this tell us?
I'll note that the note did tell her to look at the camera when she said that.
It says, look directly at camera. Why am I being coached? Okay, so this is not, okay, so what does this tell us, Keaton? Now I'm too shy to say it.
To say what? That big word right there? This is not a speculative, I almost said strike.
You can't even read words either. This is not a speculative spike. It is a supply-constrained appreciation market, which is good. Yeah. Again, a healthy market.
Yeah, and those entry-level market property types, semi-detached, townhomes, condos, that was really the pressure point. I mean, don't get me wrong, detached homes have their moments. They do. And I'm not saying they never had the crazy buyer activity and the multiple offers, because they sure did. They had the realtors and buyers lined up at the door as well. And they come on the market that morning, and all of a sudden by 10 a.m. there's 3 offers. And if you're not in, you're not in. That's how it went with those two.
Yeah.
But with the prices rising there, a lot of those buyers came down to those townhomes, those first time kind of entry level properties, and that really was a data driver overall in the market.
Yeah, so kind of going off of what Caden said, detaches do remain steady and foundational. Prices are rising without demand exploding, so that means the supply is the key driver in our market, which is pretty standard.
And so overall, on the selling side, sellers across most markets, you do still have that advantage and that higher ground, especially if you're under that 500,000 mark. Not to say that there isn't that buyer pool above 500, because even this year in general in Red Deer, there's been homes in the 700-800s that have sold in the first day, gone in multiples, and that's just the perfect property, the perfect this. You never really know what buyers are sitting out there that the perfect thing comes on and they want. But overall, sellers do still have the market. In some breakdowns, it's definitely teetering though.
Yeah, for sure. So for buyers, waiting over the last 3 years hasn't created discounts.
Yeah, so I mean, if you've been waiting, which to each their own, everyone's situation is different, but waiting for that price discount or rates to drop, it's across these markets. You've seen the appreciation that's gone up. Some of them $60,000 on average.
I know,
which is huge.
It is huge. That is huge.
It's crazy growth.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's for buyers that have been waiting to see. Maybe it's time to gauge the market, see where you're at, see what's out there, and you never know. But projections are that this is going to continue to rise even through this year.
For sure. So for investors as well, townhomes showed strongest appreciation, and condos offer least competition. If you are an investor and you're wanting to find some rental properties, townhomes appreciate the most. And condos, apartment styles, less competition when you want to get in and maybe have a little bit more time to shop around.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. And kind of just like we just said, looking forwards into 2026, if inventory remains tight and stays around that 3 months of inventory, which it's kind of been on average, hovering around there, upward pressure is likely going to continue. Like we said with those prices, if the months of inventory is there.
No hype, just logic.
No hype at all in these words. We are just straight shooting.
Just logic. Okay. Well, if you want a breakdown of a specific to your neighborhood or price range, please feel free to reach out. We're more than happy to help.
Yeah, just as much, not to cut you off, just as much as you can break this down into property types, breaking it down into neighborhoods for some is even more telling, because maybe you're in a neighborhood that has all these different property types, and you're looking at this and saying, well, that seems low or that seems high. It does start to break down more when you get into
neighborhood specifically.
Exactly. So we can definitely very easily break these down right to your neighborhood and give you that overall look of what you're looking like, what across the street's looking like, and that more tighter scale. I think that's what I'm looking to try to say.
More value. We're just going to throw more numbers at you.
Exactly. Just boom, 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 boom.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning into today's episode of Real Talk Real Estate. We hope you enjoyed and got a little bit more insight on homes specifically in Red Deer. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell so you don't miss our next video. And we will see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.